Um, Assalamu alaikum. Be honorable member of parliament kontonna. Sado alkalo fanang, beo fanang kontonna. Momoro dim fana yalon ko enara nyum program wala aten. Beol fanang kontonna ba fole ko ala baraka bake. Ko MC apa nyameng leto dima Musa Dawda sanyan nati. Mbota drug law enforcement agency. Jamaay mel long drug squad. Ngalal be drug squad lo na. Albe alona very well. Nde botana wala do kurungana ning funding kewol ye kacha ningo funding kewolu amanda kamanding wal damara. Musulala lembang kielala lembang wolbe mo funding kewol lel. Purunga kacha membe denin siral ma to wala ko la be alon ko ning kacha ngalo wala kuma ta kacha albeti. Bawo bi dunia be nyamen dafala Gambia damma dunia be nyamen be alonne sirsu na Gambia but nanara sira ma la kola iko you think globally and act locally wolen ko e be mirala ko dunia ke mira nyamen bari te be malale ko ela banko kan kolbe nyamen so laftala pour ka diam anim man ninga kan wala pour c'est effective communication soto bawon kana kacha men na den akumaya da bakale mbe ajele ko sirama fe be menke kan na Gambia funding ke wala surtout ñi men nara science de ka fa kus me alon ko aya ko dundina na banko kan ay molbe jakalendi men ye drama ak jang donc lala ya fala donc loko dole ako tilikilim pof yena ke wato wat pofot siral ma fe la ko be lare nyamen ning ida nata ke modi mi alon ko bi yama warando e kafnyo ma soto mi alon ka kanyen siral ma fe ma asine nene faye dunda ko ne ga mena peer influence folo akada de men wala experimentation ni nin tura kun nango kada men ka ma ko bi fana atra yaji be yama afelen ding bi yama ning next Saturday fana ale program on ko bi fana yama saying it means occasionally you are using the substance. Saying CBD, ikama, then you becomes a regular user. Fengo me along go idel damala munagake, ikadali wo fengo lale, saying abukana ke tilnin tilti, akakemuna di luolung kulet. Wado wadi kanani siral ma fengo taikama, ndolga full addiction. Wofana mufene di me along go fana ma fansun sasalet. Kurang wala munyin di me ede mare ning itala personno model de siral ma wala e nyeda tala lopitanol do e ka menna ko e standardized rehabilitation center pour yedo ma koy e woni siral ma to nyi bulano la nyaadile wala mu e be sambala on the detoxification ka bondi bolo kono you go on the therapy and counseling ni saye de mare be siral ma to bulala nyame bare abala ba wada ba ke bibi lala mo sono na Gambia banko kanja na funding jawlu ferending ida dañi siral ma wala do lafta bulala e ma bulano so they becomes victim of circumstances isolo de marola bari jamaa ndol gamune ge wala mu gambulo toji mare ge discriminate ge stigmatize no momi aga dañi siral ma ma ning ide bulo to dama warando e ka kuma kamul jawol foye abe jam fare dara mol men yalon ko wol ga welcome wala ya samu ga jamaaji e ka tara siri fan su jedo leldo e ka tara ni siral ma be motale e ka tara ma ka because sai ya jelo ko society ko ni program si fan men kere medo ko wandi la nga ko okay me program wala ke ga ngal invite na prale taraja so abelare wala wala sabu ni dara dula jamaado ga men ko mule wala ko if we have such kind of programs and activities na make so many are going to try to siral ma ko maka ngi fana bulani na ko be saje ko they are very important na diamu ye e saje na ko e be ni siral ma ko bulala nyame ni na radio be 2024 world report make the cannabis ala be Thailand the most abused drug in the Gambia 228 million people will Thai use in 2024 drug report
228,000 a million people. Wale kena modi men yala ko wol ka tay mal. Umumo jamadi 228 million. Ni nana dodo 64 million people. Wale modi men yala ko wale siral ma tangoma ani sonno mo mantano ida men ko drug this use disorder. Ye siral ma tangoma le ani sonno mo mantano ay sonno mo dundi nyoto. Ni nana siral ma tangoma kola mo fula ta jemi ala ko kayanta dobe se tarajele wo se pa ko mo be sama da kukela bari de joino malarat e de mari you will go off e ga mena ko DIP drug induced psychosis askeno ani ita system mo manda because askeno ita parents or kono there is no me ala ko have been using these substances so ni de ama hani join de ya sama you will go off. Numbi abala power the bag. If you take a stroll to Tanga, the only psychiatric hospital in the country. Nim if there again, a funding the only many alampo, the serial matamolema, and need a system mantano. But Kurando Valamela, me alampo, the serial matamoma, it serves as what we call a catalyst, a triggering factor for occurring medical disorder. Sasa dobe de la, me alamalo, in a serial matamoma. Aya sasa ni mama nina molbe tanga men yalon ko DID drug induced psychosis e wonde soto wol sura la moy la de maro anu borbe sol wol mu fete men yalon ko wol kuma ya badal so ni dina la modi men kay siral ma wol ma e dara jana kende a e malo be men how many of us jumala be men yalon ko e ga wuli gra lo tan ga maru gam pattes ngaji be sasa jumala be kiring ko ni dara sasa nya bidang kang mukam tawanu wadang kada gawin kada kamu di alin sama lokano. Barisa ina ka isiral ma ko be ma dolbe je kame control drugs. Ego 30 million people wole ka ni control drugs olma. Ega mena ko methamphetamines. Emo borke so di meni ala ko ni adar be sasa da lokano do. Doctor Osabo ko okay dawla sasa da be boro dila. Barisa in sasate de la emon kurang ega en borke solta ega ke energy drink bol kono just to make sure that you have pleasure borke se killing ala dozo is 8 hours so I need to fulage energy drink kono how many hours 16 good hours and when serial matter they are classified in the 3 main groups stimulants also many are body they activate your central nervous system wolongo ebeda mari sawarendilal like nim DJ Travo Pileja, Dobe College America is serial matoma, I address central nervous system activated. Travo Tractor, the load on the fire, no cardon, farmer, no, I don't need Travo in the floor because I had a system activated. We call those ones stimulants. Nim other way from the Mamialango is a depressant, Obeda Mari Girandilla, Nila Dingirakilimodo, and Mari you will be dormant. It is active node. Nindo go bela bulinya da mengela, it is serial majo, it is black limo do ko, you want to do ko kere. Ning adara ko mole bula do kola, wala mole ta do kola, sai mo do ko. Abaja la go dawla man so be ya, abela bonjira jena I do sama nage. Nim family le bela bulu you are taking care of that. Sai stress o jim fela la fa. Sai you will continue using that substance. That is what we call tolerant. O substance nim me along way kama. Feeling them akadi the euphoria. Say them go sort of movement. You will graduate. Nigga tile sawa. Every tile yeta cannabis racing. Wafanamu another tile. Warando you go to skunk. Me alam wafanamu tile sivado. Waramto a cocktail mixture of these substances. Every tala. Me alam you don't even know the chemical composition. But in about manal dambondoro, it is sira. Because yes, stress on immersion. Kus, me alongo, it showcased its ugly place in the country. Being artist easy because I was privileged to be part of the task force. Many alongo the Kus Judeka because I just began at an independent Yama. Dolkabo de no kununa, fake apply letter ke no muda. Dolke from Namoching, they died in a devastating manner. Me alongo mode ya me alongo douala ko. Ele dingo I serial matomoma I am on Tora I found in that state model of law It has fentanyl. If you have your smartphone, just fentanyl the youths in America and other parts of the world. Tramadol. Tramadol is a controlled drug. The main is 50 milligrams. But if you go to the street, this clandestine laboratories, what you found there is 125 milligrams synthetic cannabis. These are the three substances many years ago we found them in Kus. Other substances are unidentified. Normal. Now some Senegal we want to take it to Ghana to further analyze it. This unidentified chemical so many years ago Kus munel munel. Ba ne fonin ko yama aka fonin ko ke nyame nyama. So wodo ngala ni mukule mi alko abala fa wartale. Ngol mudi ni olet. More is stupid. Every individual has his or her own talent. I emphasize Laminga and Karamo. Karamo Bango Samayano, whether for Arab Karamolembang, for Mete Karamolembang, for Tubab Karamolembang. So, Ning Adarabo, Momo and Yala do nothing offer in Nicono. You either learn skill, go to school, Yekarang, or ye Arab Karamearango, the Banco Sambayan. But they do the Siran Marco since I want to make an Alpha Liga. Alpha Kennedy the Soda Banco Kaya. When you find an entire quality of the Puruna Diam, when you go, you can even speak for 2 hours. So I can have a water bundle. So, no, this is not going to be our first encounter, and this is not going to be our last encounter. Because anytime we talk about drugs, so the micro center you move so I wait 2 minutes dinner, I emphasize on something. I came with my colleague me along go, I'm sitting at the agenda and child welfare unit. It can challenge you so many sort of laptop for farm gate. Bao, the new Benjamin Yanko, Sherman Sanjitan in Saisi, Gamuda and Isiral Martinol. The Musol from Muda Medianco in Isiral Martinol. Lafta Uladi and Faham Wolempo, near Digomuda and Isiral Martinol. Offense you men create, I make it, what money about the new union, or Mufenimana, I didn't know you at any time. So when you come to child right, it got the best interest of the child. Near the Ulula Kumandi, you call the people, it didn't get a Benjamin side already, I didn't throw Colomuda. Kana, a boy Dimodo. Please, Nedam good drug law enforcement official Zulma, ye Dimon you mark when Yamen, Abida Kitula, Yamen, Atre Basama Kitula, because Muka you more days of a Kitula. Dolbeje, for Isaji Bay, Aldo old Marco Nola Yamen, Provable and Sierra Marco. It is left with the quantity Animal Muda. Ning Idimo involved in Bono. Near Kuman the Purier Dambu law enforcement official Solma, please. Alkane boy Dimodo, Warando, Alkana Sisio, Alial Bulula Yokam. To an extent, now officers all the Mutumala, Pruka de Ulula, Ajibe de Ulula, I think Gramado, Pruto make sure that you stood for your child. And now for the more Yeme Alongo is stupid. Saying, I today the man in the Kulu, yet the new Kulu Yamen. Wala sa Ulula and Yanamakela, no Kulu Kendo in the Dindimola. Nalon Fan, Nadindimo Nijuan El Kata. Because Jama academic peer influence. The new Juan El Kada. Ni moment as I will make a Siran Martin Wabina, the new jet. The new Mandara Malar can know America. You will use that opportunity to prove us how the new doom in Siran Martin. At first, America, about it are free. To an extent, the new that in Siran Martin. Sabah Ebasan. Say, Nindi no man produce a Basan and America. Abila Sunya Rolekela. That is why drugs and crime they are intertwined. Fulanimal Lermut, yet Siran Mato ye down there and along crime with Denderina Ababadunga. Yet crime ye down there and along Siran Mato the Koma ye Ababadunga. Some people involved in the crimes because they are under the influence of substances that they use. So what a Ulalu, Mal Aliama Raula, the Boyama Bound, the Ulalu. Then Dimolu time will long. And in Ilimu Pasona Kada. Many more Yahoo. Evanila Ba Kada, I book a Kayudum. Not in Bakada Kayudum, there is high chances that our sound Nakayadomodo. so wodo be kaja dan na jam ma fala la mo dal ko ala baraka bake wulal fana men yalla ngoy nana pour gagner programme ni aten mais tendula me jela bake men fana programme ni organize bawo ka programme organize among easy ka mol kuma ni pour yene dan kuma amang ke kurso ne are mais fana tendula me jela bake ma fala ko ala baraka bake yo anar baade malamu dabal al haj sa daw daw len do len do ko na ngol be jam al fama ferende
Kadatin Honorable Bakari Bajila anin King of Kora Bajali Jaliba Kuyatem be control na bake head school Mansakoli lower basic school Matida Bojang from Obama be control na bake vice principal Mansakoli upper senior secondary school proprietor Muki Bojang Mansakoli school representative from Sama Cairo Federation balten tulabake kaljai alani tol bi nketa janketa minti mfongola lecturer monsieur Mbodj mangla nuyu lu beri yalla yen ñu mun fe taxaw tay ba di def li ni leen wax jërëjëf bu baaxa baaxa media team GRTS of course Fine TV mbafalal yalla baraka Ja Oil Company for the donation ala baraka bake and na students wol mil be jam fana mbal konton na aning community parents wol mil nata ka representation of it comme na brother ya fo nyaming intela presentation will be on migration and ate mo kumpala ko migration mo kule kimi ya lon kay Gambia bele affect sa inte directly and indirectly ita min dingo tata dingo manta but ye mo le soto mi ya lon ko aida kuketa la nyin silo kan mi ya lon ko aye affect le the kundi wa minka diamujang, I'm a victim of irregular migration in 2020. But then me yang lead to the journey. I was, of course, a student of the University of the Gambia, a graduate from the Gambia College before I embarked into this. And also have an established business in poultry and also fisheries. Wokono, during COVID nata ayeng hit 2020 kono, wonata na business so affect seriously. I have a team of about 120 men that were working under me now business okono, but then it's Dr. Gambia jang imantano. I used to feed them with like 2 bags of rice daily. All my savings ended up going into them. When na business or co what I was having from the poultry, mba use kanenu kadundije. Mbama min can support and nako she would no longer be able to continue with that. So I was frustrated. Kujama makeno koteke. The only thing I thought of is to leave this country. Sangem visa by then among available no. The only way to leave the country is through the irregular means. Because I tried going to face some of the ministries, but man kese bondi jabato. But then birin tatang embark ta journey into about 12 good days mbe jio kono aladam male en kanandi because ye mimbe fonye ko wole be jio nyin kono manna wotaraji. We were about 3 women out of 120 people in the boat, about 13 juvenile and the rest were all men. Alala tanko damma wolen tol kanandi wokono cause say prone to rape because nin konkonten no woke wol se ko ku kenna no cause nil katani Libya that they face some of these challenges. So alanata mako wole nyama I came back on the 2nd of December 2021. So since Muruntana nata jeko this should not be the end of me. Irregular migration keta kule ki Gambia kono jang they associated with failures. But before I leave I was doing something. Why not come back and still do something and be a champion and stand out there to advocate on the dangers of this irregular route? Because moja makata ngamira lack of information wole ke dung nin silo tala. The many dangers milia lonko wolle beji a quarter fang ibuka for molye jang. Geokono, the very day you enter, that's the day you start facing troubles. Because in sasaleng, in konkoleng, in molle milia lonko email long, albedeto kono woku kono. So Kabrin Nata have been championing IOM Natanta to be volunteers for them. I work with the Migrants as Messenger project for about 2 years. we champion advocacy in the country here when it comes to migration. Man na relent, I also formed my own foundation called the Muso Life Foundation that talks on the dangers and also the safe route means to travel. Because ngamira Gambia kukiling wole batandi, willing information as to how to leave this country. Because mo jama beje bini dia muti coming follow for a wole visa because of but wo mari fa visa for mo trial. The steps to go apply for a visa ofanan kake mole kueltimi alon phobia bembulo kono any mobe sila like visa apply but because malla nyola ning ibe visa ko fang foka ya mari reject ake hanyila fole kontene tatale nganyinke. So these are the things me mil try kan ka bondi mol bulo kono. This would be the second time I am privileged to talk on my story in Fangola community kono. Mawulu welingara, but of course na childhood mumenga kejan. But then I go out there to advocate on irregular migration in other communities. I've traveled the length and breadth of this country to talk on this thing. But then Fangola community, I'm going to give back to the neighborhood layer opportunity to talk about this. So untela dia mo bedan na janate jam fala bake to allow other presenters to talk. Kafal be ala paragati.
It is beautiful coming here this evening, and I must want to confess that the organizers of this beautiful program entitled Giving Back to the Neighborhood are great people, inspired young leaders who has come up with an initiative relevant to national development. I think they deserve national recognition. Mr. Salah and your team of vibrant young boys and girls, men and women, I appreciate you. Thank you. I understand that time is not on our side, and then I want to quickly observe all protocols and, of course, recognize my able sister who has given a brilliant speech as a female or perhaps gender advocate, as they call them. What man can do, woman can do so. I just a little bit doubt that. I don't know. Okay. I was given a topic, and I want to inform you that this is the second time I grace this occasion. And my topic this time to discuss with you is youth empowerment through leadership and civic engagement. Youth empowerment through leadership and civic engagement. But I understand we have a category of people that we want to speak to. And of course, we are even inspired to speak in our local languages. That is the reason I want them to give me a little time where I speak to the most senior here, just a little minutes, and then get close to my people, because I always want to get close to them and talk to them, because they own the day and they deserve the day. All right. We understand that youth empowerment through leadership and civic engagement is essential in generating and building a youth that is responsive, responsible, proactive, pragmatic, and informed in decision making, thereby contributing to the growth, development, and of course, economic, political, and social advancement of their country. Therefore, this is a topic that would have required we meet people of higher level of education and degree of understanding, social cohesion, social relationship, inter-ethnic relationship, and a high sense of acculturation. Therefore, we understand youth in leadership, youth in civic engagement. Their potentials can be harnessed through inspiring them on education, mentorship programs, voluntarism, community service or community engagements, as we have seen these people are doing. This way, they will be exposed, they will be aware, they will understand, and they will contribute to taking decisive and informed decisions relevant to the growth of this great country that we all endear and love to serve. We understand when we empower youth through education, through leadership, through civic engagement, they are aware, they understand their voting rights, they understand their political rights, they understand their social and socio-economic rights. This way, they don't only serve as inheritors of the world, but of course, they play a role in shaping the world to be better. This is why the team is crucial, and I was going to enjoy it better when I was going to turn this way and then talk to you people who I believe would understand me better than the little children would. We all have a role to play. The country belongs to us. We are children of this world, but we have a pride we call our nation. And this pride we call our nation, through our sense of understanding leadership, through our early engagement, we become real-life practitioners of leadership roles. And this ensures we become the great potentials our country wants to harness from us. Time is ticking quick and fast. I will implore you, give me the opportunity to get close to the little children and have a face-to-face discussion with them where I think I can break down my conceptualization of the theme I am given today so that they learn, understand, share, and contribute with me. I hope I'm given the opportunity to get close to these young boys and girls. Thank you. Okay. Good evening, young boys and girls, ladies. I can see most of the people here, and then somebody said so that most of the people who participated are young boys and girls, isn't it? And here I can see women. And the teacher asks you, come in front and present to your colleagues. What should you do? You should come, isn't it? And present. If your teacher asks, who want to be the class captain? Will you want to be the class captain? Yes. Raise your hand and say, I want to be the class captain. That is what teaches you to become a responsible person, isn't it? So that you learn leadership in the classroom, isn't it? If your teacher asks, who can come and tell us a story? Raise your hand, come in front, and tell a story. Tell your colleagues a story. This is teaching you public speaking and debate skills. Do you understand me? Good. Now, if your teacher said, how many of you want to become class captains? And two people raise their hands. What do? You vote. Now, participate in voting. You are taking part in decision making, isn't it? So now you have the right to choose, isn't it? You have the right to participate, isn't it? That is what I want you to do in your class, okay? Please, will you do that? If you will do that, I want you to clap for yourself. Good. At the assembly ground, when you have a poem, go and speak, okay? When you have a speech, come and deliver, okay? When your teacher asks you to say or do something, come and participate. Join the drama club, join the debate club, join the press club, join the scouts. Make sure you participate, okay? That is what is more important. Make sure you also love your country, love your neighbor, love your society, okay? That is what I want you to do. I know I have seen you. You don't have to talk. So I'm on my back steps getting to my podium. Okay? So please, the day is yours. Next, you are the people who are going to conduct, coordinate, and organize this Give Back to Your Neighborhood program. You I'm seeing here. You are the golds, the diamonds, the platinums, the silvers, the gems, and everything, every resources that the Gambia would need tomorrow and the world at large. Therefore, I want to get back to my normal position and say thank you so very much, madam. Thank you, everybody here. Thank you, Mr. Fine TV. He's always with us, pragmatic, energetic. So I appreciate you all, and I want to call off my speech here. Thank you so very much.